All right, welcome to a brand new season of Jaguars Junior Varsity Hockey. We're live in Prior Lake, Minnesota. The puck is down. Towie on the draw for the Jaguars. In comes Prior Lake. Jaguars taking on Prior Lake in a JV matchup. Puck right out in front. Saved by Bjorklund. Puck will go to the corner. Kayleen Mendel work it up. Looking for Ella first. She'll chase down the right side into the Lakers zone. Lakers pivoting there. Puck out to the point. Mendel shot in on net. Caught and held by the Jaguar goalie. Joined by my broadcast partner, Johnny Rash. You got Jason Knutson on the camera here waiting for Ryan Kuhn to show up. But the season's upon us, Johnny. What do you think?
Indeed it is. It's great to be back with my broadcast brethren here and to be back with the Jaguars. And Jaguars tested very early with the shot on net. And number 42 with her first start in high school, Megan Delwarwell made the stop, and so she already has faced a little bit of action, but action right now in the Lakers zone.
All right, Jaguars in the offensive zone here. Puck carried out, but held in there by Mendel. She'll squirt that one in on net on the Lakers. Carried behind the goal by a Prior Lake defenseman. Puck just comes out. Shot onto the bench there by number 14, Lainey Schramm. A lot of new players, Johnny, up from youth this year on this JV roster.
Indeed there are, and you may hear a few names that we announced last year, including the player about to take the face-off, Elise Tyus, who had a really good breakout season last year, scored the Jaguars' first goal in a tip-in.
Steal here by the Lakers now, coming in alone. Delarwell with the save there, giveaway by the Jaguars. Delarwell bails him out. Now behind the net, it's Tyus. She'll work it up ahead, looking for more, but that's held in by the Lakers, and Delarwell covers up. Well, a good scoring chance there for the Lakers, Johnny, but Delarwell was ready for that shot, and she keeps us scoreless.
Indeed, a breakaway right there, and a sharp shot. She handled it quite well, and then it eventually got a cover as the puck was drifting around her at that point. Face-off, which is won by Prior Lake, but looks like the Jaguars trying to control here.
Got a brand new coaching staff here this year on the JV bench for the Jaguars. Caitlin Steffen now, formerly Caitlin Page. She got married in the offseason. She moves down from the assistant coach ranks at varsity to take over the head coach job at the JV level. Erin Schramm, after a long time tenure, is taking the year off here with Laney on the team, but exciting change there for the Jaguars, Johnny.
Indeed, and viewers will forgive us if we refer to her as KP, which is her longtime nickname when she was Caitlin Page, but congratulations to her on her summer marriage, and she's now the head JV coach.
So I asked Kara about my daughter Kara. I said, hey, so is it still KP? And she's like, oh, it's always KP. So no apologies needed for that one. In fact, that's, I think, what she prefers to go by. So play here now in the Jaguars offensive zone. Got Towie battling for it. Ashley Towie. Now another potential break here for the Lakers coming down the left side. Oh, fans on the shot there. Good back check by
Zoe Marshall. Really nice back check right there, and contributed to the Prior Laker fanning on it here. But Jaguars still looking for a clear here, and Ashley Towie.
Feldman gets that over to Towie. She'll get it out to the neutral zone. Jaguars changing behind the play. Got a Laker player down at the blue line, but she's getting up slowly. Now Lakers in the zone, cycling. Shots are 3-1 early on here for the Lakers. Shot blocked there by the Jaguars, cleared behind the net. Back for it is Tyus. Skating at center here early in the season. Held in by the Lakers at the blue line, but Tyus will just get that puck out. Brought back in by the Lakers. Back and forth play here early on, John.
Indeed, and Jaguars really need a change. They got two of them off. Tyus with a long shift, trying to protect, and another nice save by the ninth grade defender.
Delarwell will stick that to the corner, but held in by the Lakers now. Puck along the right side, out in front. Delarwell with the stick on it, and almost cleared by the Jaguars, but racing for that is Layla Perry on the left wing. She'll get it out to neutral zone. Prior Lake regrouping, and back in they come now, down this left side. Pull up. Lakers cycling it, picked up there by one of the Jaguar defenders. That is Kayleen Mendel. Player up from youth. Now Prior Lake out to the point. Shot coming in, screen in front. Save, rebound left, but picked up by the Jaguars. They'll skate this one out. Towie's going to send that down. Jaguars needed a clear, and they'll get a change.
Shots 5-1, Kurt, in favor of Prior Lake, and 5 really good saves on some sharp shots by Megan in her first high school game here. And it's fun not just to see her teammates on the JV bench cheering for her, but the big contingent of varsity Jaguars who are cheering for their new goaltender as well. So she's being tested early and passing the test perfectly so far.
Yeah, as John referred to, all the Jaguar varsity players down right on the glass. I was here for when the Jags took the ice for warm-ups. Huge cheer went up by those Jaguar varsity players for their JV brethren. Good to see that camaraderie and teamwork at full display. Now Jaguars a little slow getting back here. In come the Lakers. Shot thrown wide by that Laker right winger. It'll rim all the way out to the point.
Smart play by Zoe Marshall there.
Held in by Prior Lake, yeah.
Kind of skated back a little bit just to make sure that the 2-on-1 didn't turn to a breakaway there. And so far, no harm on that play.
Allie Moore battling for it in front of the net. It'll go behind the net. Lainey Schramm back on it now. She's got it behind the net. Prior Lake definitely having the better of time of possession here early on. A lot of time in the Jaguars zone, Johnny.
Indeed, it's been a little bit of a challenge for the Jaguars to clear. 5-1 shots on goal, 9:53 remaining here in the first.
Well, of course, Prior Lake is a bigger school than Bloomington down in that Southwest Conference. They're going to have good numbers. Their bench appears to be a little more populous than we have. Although I will say that the Jaguars have a bigger number of bench players this year than we had a year ago, John.
Well, if you remember in those games, those who are listening this year, we often only had 10 skaters, and so you basically had 2 lines. And so far, it looks like the Jaguars have about 7 extra skaters, not just 5 extra.
Adeline Janzig De La Luz clears that puck behind the net for the Jaguars now. Battling there is Corinne Feldman, gets dumped in the back with a little bit of a cross-check by one of the Lakers. But Jaguars really with their first extended possession in the zone right now, looking for a shot. Ahead now come the Lakers, 2-on-1. Back is Mendel for the Jaguars. Centering pass goes through over the stick of the Lakers, but held in by Prior Lake. Mendel there.
2-1 on a row here, and relatively well played by each defenseman, so good job by the Jaguars.
Got a defensive pair of Mendel and Janzig De La Luz for the Jaguars here. Up front, we have Elise Tyus, Corinne Feldman, and Annabelle Lindman. Annabelle Lindman played a lot of defense last year, John, but it looks like, at least to start the year, she's back up at forward now.
Indeed, and I think that's more the position she started with last year, but because the roster was so thin, you had coach then, Aaron Schramm, basically playing players at both positions, and everyone really adapted to it really well, and it was a successful JV season.
Here's Schramm now picking up the puck, moving to the center. Puck in the crease, being battled for there. Couple Lakers, couple Jaguars. Cleared out nicely to the point, just past the stick of Taylor Keith. She'll retreat for it here. Back on it is Taylor Keith. She's paired with Lainey Schramm on this defense pair. Work it up to Ella first, but just off her stick. Intercepted by the Lakers. Got 7:39 to go here, about halfway through this first period. We're scoreless. High above the ice in Prior Lake at beautiful Dakota Arena. Lakers now, they're behind the Jaguar net. Working it out front. Cycling are the Lakers. Defending there for the Jaguars, Ashley Towie and Lainey Schramm. Here come the Jaguars now, carrying out as Layla Perry. Perry over the line, over to first. First shot wide.
Very nice interception there by Taylor Keith, keeping it from a point-blank shot. So well played by her on D. She heads for the bench now, or she's trying to get to the bench for a change, but Jaguars trying to get back on offense.
First looking for Zoe Marshall. That pass eludes her. Now Prior Lake back in their zone. Forechecking is number 27, Allie Moore. Taken away now by number 12. That's Megan DeVos. I think we've covered almost every player now, Johnny. We're glancing at our rosters frequently. I'll have you know that, but we're getting through it.
Well, indeed, several new players this year, 8th and 9th graders, and but filling out a nice roster, and so far accounting for themselves pretty well in a scoreless game here, even though Prior Lake leads in shots.
Here's Allie Moore now ahead for DeVos. Oh, the puck trickles in. Nearly a breakaway there. Good look by Allie Moore. Found DeVos through the middle of the ice, but the puck trickled in on the goalie, wisely covered up. 6:11 to go here, scoreless first period.
The goalie, Athena Martin, for the Lakers, that was really only her second shot. The first one is very early in the game here, so it should be shots about 5-2 here. 6:11 remaining in the first period.
Towie on that faceoff draw, trying to get it to more battling, but away come the Lakers now. They'll carry over center ice, over the line. Back is Janzig De La Luz for the Jaguars, paired with Kayleen Mendel on this shift. Now shot out ahead, hits some traffic, carried up ahead by the Jaguars. That'll be batted out. Moore will pick up. She's got speed down the left side. Moore going wide. Bumped off the puck, but she recovers. Got Towie behind the net. Towie looking, centering pass out in front. Jaguars, here's Moore right in the slot. Shot hits a skate, goes to the corner. Good looks there for the Jaguars.
Very nice shift by Moore right there, who brought it down, got it behind the net, made a pass, and then centered herself in front of the net for a potential shot right there. So well played, and as important, taking a little bit of pressure off the Jaguars' defensive zone, but here comes Prior Lake back.
Prior Lake back. Back is Schramm. She'll take that puck right away. Lainey Schramm skating it ahead, but doesn't get it out. Held in there by Prior Lake. Back is Mendel. She's got it with some time and space. She'll go across ice for Feldman. Feldman will tip that out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Schramm. Schramm has her pass hit a boot, but Elise Tyus will bat it forward, and getting towards the tail end of this first period, still scoreless here, Johnny, but each team have had a couple chances.
Very few whistles so far in this period as well. Up and down action. A first offsides whistled against Prior Lake right there, so we'll have a face-off outside of the Jaguar defensive zone. 4:47 remaining in the scoreless first period.
Elise Tyus digging in, gets that face-off win over to back to Keith. Keith clears it forward, but intercepted by the Lakers. They'll send it down.
Elise had some good success on face-offs last year, Kurt, and she had it right there as well, and won that face-off. Gets down very, very low and is able to dig it out.
Puck scrummed for here in the D zone for the Jaguars. Back is sorry, pardon me, I lost track of the puck there for a second. That was Zoe Marshall playing it. Now a shot coming in, that goes wide. You know, the Lakers had quite a few shots early, Johnny, but they've been stuck on 5 now for quite some time.
Indeed, and Jaguars finding their footing on defense here in a little bit more of a competitive game. They haven't been able to necessarily turn it into an offensive output, but they're looking to do that as they bring it into the Lakers zone.
Layla Perry will work that puck low. She and Ella First, the wingers on this line. Towie changing off. Towie and Tyus playing center. Here's 2-on-1 now for the Jaguars. Towie over the line, coming in, shoots, looking across, looking for first. Saucer pass there, just didn't connect, but unselfish pass there by
No
Towie.
question about it, and a really good effort by Towie, but by both of them. And just as you say, Ella First couldn't get the handle on it because it was a saucer pass, but a little bit better pressure by the Jaguars there.
Back on it's Taylor Keith now, quick up ahead, looking for Perry. That's first. Towie had number 12 going to the net. That's Megan DeVos, but the puck will drift in on the goaltender for Prior Lake. And Johnny, they're not giving the Prior Lake goalies some of these trickle-in shots, but the Jaguars are getting the puck in the offensive zone and coming up with a couple chances.
Indeed, by my count, it should be about 5-3 instead of the official 5-1 on the scoreboard there. So certainly the Jaguars looking a little bit better in the second part of this first period than they did in the first 5-7 minutes.
Jaguars now, here come the Lakers over the line, 2-on-1. Back, good stick there by Janzig De La Luz, deflects that puck over the head of goalie Dellerwell. Shot coming in, tipped in front there by Schramm. Schramm kicks it to the corner. Work it up to, on the wing is Allie Moore. Up ahead for Megan DeVos, back to Moore. Oh, the shot, good save, best save of the night there by the Megan.
Athena, the young goalie, absolutely, yeah. And by the Prior Lake goalie as well, because that was some good pressure.
Yeah, good 2-on-1 there. Getting some chances as this period opens up a little bit. Now back for it is Schramm. Just over 2 minutes to go in this period.
We see Coach KP trying to encourage her players from the bench, both those who are getting off the ice and those who are still on it, and that she must be encouraged herself.
There's a hard shot coming in high.
Absolutely.
A little bit of a screen there by one of the Jaguar players, but Dellerwell caught it, grabbed it. She'll hold. We're under 2 minutes. Mentioned Caitlin Steffen, the new JV head coach, joined by longtime assistant Alex Getters, returning for another year at JV, Johnny.
Terrific, and very nice, stable coaching staff, and of course varsity led by Mark Johnson, Sierra Johnson, and Edgar Madsen as the goalie coach.
Corinne Feldman brings that into the zone. Now she's got it high slot. She'll throw a bouncing puck on net. Pretty easy save there, but held. Will get an O-zone face-off.
Shots officially 6-3 with 1:39 remaining here in the first period. And
we got a special guest here. We got Kalina Walsh and Olivia Knutson. Guys, what are you thinking about the varsity game tonight? You can. What are your thoughts? Are we ready to go tonight?
Yeah, I think the Jags are ready to go.
Yeah, we're
hungry
ready
for a dub.
All right, go get one.
Yes.
Back to our regular scheduled programming. Lakers in their zone. 1:20 to go here. First period. Johnny, our daughters don't come up and see us the way Olivia does with Jason, right? I don't know, but tipped over the net there by Dellerwell. Good shot from the slot. Good scoring chance for Prior Lake, but Megan is really on her game tonight, Johnny.
No question about it. She's performed really, really well, and of course her first high school game, and there is a big difference between JV hockey, high school hockey.
Probably a lot of nerves out here for a lot of these Jaguar players playing in the first time wearing the Jefferson sweater at the high school level. Well, the best uniform in high school hockey, as we like to say. There's another shot high over the net. Prior Lake has some shooters that can fire that puck pretty hard. Now, deflected there with the glove is Towie. She gloves it down. 30 seconds to go here. Jaguars caught in their zone a little bit. Keith, I believe, battling there. Pardon me, no, that's Mendel. Up ahead now, here comes number 5, Annabelle Lindman on her backhand, though. Kind of at the end of her shift, tries to center it, but nobody home.
At minimum, it was great to get the pressure off of the defensive zone here, because the Lakers really had begun to pour it on here in the last minute and a half.
Keith to Mendel, up to first. 5 seconds to go here. There's a check in the corner, but I don't see any arms up, and with that, we get the buzzer. A well-played first period, Johnny, especially considering it's the opener. Both teams, shaking the rust off a little bit. Shots are 7-3 for the Lakers, but we end up scoreless after one.
You mentioned no arms up, and I think that's important, especially with the first game, even though almost all of these players have been playing hockey now for a couple weeks, many of them throughout the summer for a couple to more than that months. But often in the first period of the first game, you'll get a penalty or two as players are trying to catch up to each other. We didn't see that on either side. Really clean, well played. And it looks right now as if they're leaving the ice. Traditionally in JV games, they play the first period, take a couple-minute break, and then the second period without the Zamboni coming out, but it looks like the Zamboni is going to be coming out right now. So maybe they do a little bit different here, or maybe they'll play second and third consecutively without clearing. So we'll have to see.
Usually a single ice resurface at some point during the JV game. Maybe they're doing it after the first, as you suggest, or maybe they'll do it after both. But either way, Johnny, any final thoughts here, and then we'll take a break and come back for the second.
We mentioned the Jaguar varsity team cheering them on. It was great to see several of them come down as they're getting off the ice, cheer on the team for a really good effort. It shows really good unity in the whole program, and we'll see that going into the second period and going into the entire season here in our first game of the year.
Yeah, take a minute to foreshadow what's ahead for the Jaguars. We'll have our home opener at the newly renovated Bloomington Ice Garden. That'll come up in 2 days on Saturday, November 8th. It's free admission to anyone. There's a big grand opening that the city's putting on, lots of events throughout the day, but the JV will drop the puck at 1 p.m., the varsity at 3. Like we said, free admission for both games. The theme is whiteout. And there's there's going to be rally towel giveaways, a lot of things planned for Saturday.
Indeed,
Johnny.
And those of you who saw the front cover of the Star Tribune sports page today saw a picture of the new Bloomington Ice Garden with Mayor Busse looking happy quite in front of it, and indeed he should be, because it's one of 3 major projects that Bloomington taxpayers have approved. This along with some renovation and some work with the 9 Mile Creek watershed, as well as a community center. So this is the first one that is going to be done. Expected a big turnout right there. So we certainly encourage everyone to come out, cheer on the Jaguars, and cheer on the community in this really significant milestone.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal renovation, something we're all really, really proud of. The locker rooms in particular, brand new dedicated high school locker rooms for both teams. The varsity, who have had their own lockers, but the JV, this is the first time they've actually had dedicated lockers. And Johnny, to your point about the camaraderie between the two teams, one of the features of this new locker room is that the coaches have laid it out such that the players' stalls alternate, a JV player, a varsity player, JV player, varsity player. Not only does it sort of give them a little more room when the teams aren't in there together, but when they are, it really does sort of foster the camaraderie that we've been talking about.
You're quite right. And last year, some of our viewers may remember, we had more movement in between JV and varsity than in some previous seasons. Don't know if that'll be the case this year, but they all have Jaguars on their sweater, and they're all part of the same team and the same community. Of course, representing 3 schools: Bloomington Jefferson, Bloomington Kennedy, and Richfield High School. And so a real nice way to bring that community together and to bring this whole team and this whole program together.
Absolutely. Well, with that, we'll take a break here and come back in about 9 minutes for the second period. Your score after 1 period in the JV opener, it's Prior Lake 0, Jefferson 0. For Johnny Rash, we'll be back in about 9 minutes. You're listening to Jaguars Hockey. All right, back with you here from Prior Lake, getting ready to start this second period. Jaguars went to the locker room, regrouped. They're back here. We got Ryan Kuhn in the house now. He's on stat duty. We said, as I'm talking, I'm like, where's my roster? Okay, I got it. I got it.
All right. Together a terrific roster right here. More complete than they were given out here at Prior Lake, so we'll go off of that. And,
there we go.
They are indeed back on the ice. And we mentioned in the first period the enthusiastic response of the varsity players. They just met them as they came through the tunnel back on the ice. So
they're pounding on the glass down below. That's awesome.
So it's great, and a lot of great to see the teamwork among both of the teams.
Yeah,
here.
You weren't kidding, Johnny. Ryan came through. He's got statistics. He's got everything here. Grade level, position. It's awesome.
Just about ready to drop the puck. Jaguars needed one more player to come out, so Layla Perry comes out on left wing. Jaguars, Elise Tyus wins the faceoff. Jags looking to get on the board in this scoreless game.
Zoe Marshall on defense here with Annabelle Lindman. Now we see some positional changes already, Johnny. Lindman back at defense here for this second period, paired with Marshall. Here comes Prior Lake now. Breakaway in all alone. In on Larwell, shot, and she scored. First goal of the game for Prior Lake off a turnover in the neutral zone. Went in on a breakaway and found the glove side.
Very nice shot by number 32 Folger, and really well played. Notably, a 10th grader there, so a few more years of experience than most of the girls on this team, and showed it right there with stealing the puck breakaway and the first goal of the game. 1-0 Lakers. 14:37 remaining in the second period.
Got a forward line of Elise Tyus up front with Ella First and Layla Perry on the left side now. Play right in front of us here. Sent low by the Jaguars, and we'll get an icing call. Maybe we haven't had many icing calls tonight, John.
I think this might be just our second here. One offside so far, no penalties so far, so a very clean game. Several breakaways. The first one that got by the Jaguars here, and Elise Tyus again wins the faceoff.
Faceoff back to Marshall. Marshall in her quarter. She'll try to work it over to Lindman, but taken away by the Lakers. They'll go to the far side. Centering pass off a skate in front, picked up by Perry. She'll clear it forward and carried out by Tyus now. Up ahead for the Jaguars. It's First in alone, but sticks a puck towards the net. Puck just kind of rolled on her a little bit there, John. Otherwise, she might have had a better scoring chance.
Indeed, she was very well positioned there, but Jaguars looking to get aggressive on offense.
Lakers will come ahead now. Back is Lindman defending to the corner. Shot thrown behind the net. Centered right through the crease there. Picked up on the right wing side, but not cleared out. That's First battling there. She does get it out now. Back to the Prior Lake, and they'll work it ahead. Jaguars looking for the tying goal here, down 1-0 in a game that's been, dominated early on by Prior Lake. Jaguars came on in the second, but we may have a penalty. We got 6 skaters on the ice for Prior Lake, I believe. Penalty box door is open. Jaguars will go to the power play, John.
First power play of the year. We'll see how they line up here, and good opportunity here with 13:27 remaining in the second here, and indeed it might have been too many skaters on the ice here. Looks like they're trying to decide who's going to go to the box here for Prior Lake.
Prior Lake, at least 3, possibly looks like 4 coaches on the bench there. A well-staffed JV bench to be sure. Now here's the power play starting for the Jaguars. We'll get you a reset here with who we got. We got Mendel and Schramm on defense for the Jaguars. Up front, Megan DeVos, Ashley Towie, and Allie Moore. Jaguars will skate it out now. Minute 40 to go in the power play. Carried in by DeVos down that right side. Pardon me, that's Moore. Moore will go out to the point to Mendel. Mendel, shot coming in, tipped in front. Goes to the corner. Schramm overskates it, and that'll be played out by Prior Lake. Back on it is Mendel.
Good clear by Prior Lake there. Jaguars will try to regroup.
Mendel sticks it ahead a little too far there for DeVos, but carried out into the neutral zone is Towie now. She'll carry over the line. Tagging up is Moore on her backhand. Moore trying to get it across, but intercepted by Prior Lake, and they'll be able to get this clear all the way down the ice. Well, Jaguars good numbers over the line there, Johnny, but passes just not quite at midseason form yet.
Indeed, and still looking for that one sharp shot here on this power play, and are able to clear it here, and a little bit of pressure here by Adeline Janzig de la Luz as well.
Jaguars changing it up now. You got Tyus on at center for the Jaguars. Schramm up through the middle. Keith playing wing up ahead now. Keith getting some power play time. She'll hold it in at that right point, but taken by Prior Lake as we're down to 30 seconds now. Down the middle comes Prior Lake, in alone. Puck scoots on. Delaware maybe disrupted that scoring opportunity, but yet again, Prior Lake coming in alone, Johnny.
Nice aggressive move by Megan in the net, coming out there trying to break it up, and I concur, Kurt, that she did indeed break it up there and kept it from being a one-on-one sharp shot breakaway.
Prior Lake about to get their skater out of the penalty box here. Back on it is Mendel. She'll work it up for Tyus. Tyus just clears that out to the neutral zone. Prior Lake full strength. Jaguars find themselves down 1-0 here. Early part of the second period. We'll get an offside call at the line here.
11:15 remaining in the second. Shots officially are 8-3. As you and I spoke in the first, Kurt, it appears that not all of them are being registered on the board, but that's where it stands. Most important, on the undisputed number, it's 1-0 Lakers over the Jaguars so far in this JV tilt.
DeVos taking that face off, wins it, but carried in now by the Lakers. Going wide, puck through the crease. Picked up by Prior Lake. They'll throw a shot wide. Feldman racing there for it with first. Puck sent in on Delaware. She sticks it ahead to one of her forwards. Carried out now is Perry down that left side. She'll try to get it deep, but cleared back by Prior Lake. Picked up by Feldman playing a shift of D here. She'll get it out to the neutral zone first. Nice pass there for DeVos playing center now for the Jaguars. Seen a fair bit of position flexibility here early on, Johnny. I guess par for the course at JV.
Indeed, and here comes Tyus back in center. Oh, a really good opportunity. Almost deflected into the net, but went just a little bit wide on the Laker.
Yeah, Perry, a shot labeled there, but hit a leg of the Laker defenseman, went just wide. A good scoring bid there for the Jaguars. Now maintaining a little pressure here in the offensive zone. The speed of Allie Moore does stand out, doesn't it, Johnny? She's not a large player, but she's quick.
Absolutely, yeah, and that will serve her and the team well as the season goes on here. Elise Tyus looking for a backhanded tip, and I mentioned, Kurt, very first goal the Jaguar JV team had last year was a tip-in by Elise Tyus. She also became quite adept at backhand shots and had several goals that way as well, and looked like she tried to replicate it on that effort, but went for naught here as Prior Lake gets a clear.
Back on it now, Zoe Marshall. She'll battle in the corner. Good rub out there, but she's going to be called for being a little bit too aggressive there. And we'll get our first Jaguar penalty of the season, Johnny, and get to take a look at the penalty kill unit.
Not sure if they called checking there or roughing. We'll have to see as the referee skates up to the score. But either way, Jaguars are going to go on their first penalty kill, as you mentioned, of the season so far. Right in front of Megan Delawell's left.
DeVos on the face-off.
Yeah.
He's got Schramm battling in the corner there. Schramm and Lindman on defense here on the PK. We got DeVos and Moore up front for the Jaguars. Prior Lake now with possession on that man advantage there with the 1-0 lead here as we're about halfway through the second period. Play to Delarwell's right. Now behind the net goes Prior Lake. Out to the right point. Possible break here for DeVos. DeVos racing down that left side. She comes in on her forehand shot. Good save by the Prior Lake goalie.
Really well played by DeVos here, especially on the penalty kill. Almost had a shorthanded effort, and here she tries again.
Good killing there by Megan DeVos. She took that puck away. Jaguars at the center ice line, cleared in by Schramm, but picked off by Prior Lake. They come ahead. Jaguars change out one player on is Taylor Keith. Over the line, pardon me, that's Layla Perry. Puck right out in front. Oh, big pad save by Delarwell. Good scoring chance there. Puck came off that inboard, Johnny,
nice
right out
there.
in front.
Indeed. Nice clear right there as well as the Jaguars still have nearly a minute or less than a minute, 55 seconds on this.
Perry muscles that puck out to the neutral zone. Now Schramm, time and space. We'll see what she does here. She clears it high up off the boards. Perry will get that puck down the ice, at least to the forward part of the zone for Prior Lake. They'll try to come out here. We got 35 seconds remaining on this penalty kill for the Jaguars. Back is Schramm defending. Player coming down that left side. Shot sticked away by Delarwell. Schramm will pick up. She's got room and is able to clear that down the ice. Good kill for Schramm. She'll try to go off. She's been on for this whole kill so far. What are you seeing, John?
That indeed was a nice and well-deserved, change here. That if they can indeed pull this off, a nice stick save by Delarwell, and so far the Jaguars hanging in here quite well on the penalty kill, and indeed the penalty is now over. But you can't rest on your laurels here, but it is 5-on-5. They need a clear here.
DeVos with it through her zone. Got Keith up ahead on the left side. DeVos tries to carry that in. Jaguars are offside. Keith hits her skate inside the zone, so we'll get a face-off just outside the zone. 7:15 to go here, second period. Prior Lake holding to that 1-0 lead. And Johnny, we're getting a goalie change here halfway through the game.
Indeed.
Out goes Megan Delarwell, who performed very well early on. In comes Annika Bjorklund, the 8th grader.
In prior years, the Jaguars in the last several seasons have had 3 goalies, so we haven't seen that often. It was unclear whether they were going to play a whole game and then switch off games, but basically changing right here in the middle of the second with 7:09 here. So coming in, and it's always a little bit of a challenge to come in where you haven't had the warm-up here, but we'll see how she does. And by all accounts, a really good goalie and making the team here.
Possible 2-on-1 here for the Jaguars. Mendel over the red line, over the blue line, got Taylor Keith with her, but taking that puck away is Prior Lake. Now back they come 1-on-1. Corinne Feldman back on defense, puck to the middle, slips off the stick into the corner. Not done yet here for the Jaguars. Feldman trying to get that puck away. She'll tip it behind the net. Yeah, coming in cold off the bench. Got to imagine that's not the easiest thing to do for a goaltender, Johnny, but
it's not, but through youth and often through summer leagues, they get used to this here, and she looks very goalie ready there in the net. Fun to see her make her debut as an 8th grader here, just as it was to see Megan as a 9th grader play her first high school game.
Delarwell getting some congratulations there on the bench from the Jaguars. Faced a lot of tough shots. Only gave up 1, so a very good...
Stopped 9 out of 10. It was terrific.
Very good first performance there for Delarwell. Now in the neutral zone of the Jaguars, battling there is Perry, trying to get that puck out. Tyus joins that fray as well, just inside the blue line. 2 Jags versus 3 Lakers. Battling for it, refs calling for them to move it. It'll work out to the neutral zone, but then sent in by the Lakers. Back on in is Lindman. She'll go behind her net. Got some time and space. She'll skate it ahead. Lindman has that puck knocked off her stick, but Tyus will clear it into the offensive zone. Just over 5 minutes to go here. First period that Prior Lake leads 1-0. Well matched game, I would say, Johnny. Neither side tilting the ice one way or the other, and really that's what you can hope for here at JV.
Absolutely. First 5 minutes or so of the first period, it looked like the ice would be tilted, and the Jaguars really found their footing and have played better. And here they're trying to pop one loose here. Layla Perry, number 13.
Perry hustling for that puck. Jaguars had to be careful not to get an extra skater now. Cleared out to Schramm. Schramm coming down the boulevard, shoots it high and wide. Tipped there, try by DeVos on the doorstep, but good scoring opportunity for the Jaguars. Schramm holds that puck in at the blue line now. Towie coming in, loads up the forehand, goes to the middle, gets the shot on goal, but covered up and held.
More shots on the Jaguar goaltenders this game, but there had been some really nice saves here also by the Prior Lake goaltender, who has played really, really well. So, a little bit of pressure right there, and they certainly hope to, continue it here.
Prior Lake, for all their skaters, appear to only have a single goalie here at the JV level, so she will get the entire game, it would appear. Now, Jaguars off the face-off shot just wide. That's Moore. Good face-off win by the Jaguars. I feel like we're winning more face-offs than not, Johnny, this game.
Indeed, and often, as we mentioned before, at least Tyus has been winning a lot of them, but everyone who's been playing center has performed pretty well. There's a nice stick save turn away there by Annika Bjorklund, and looking for a clear here on the Jaguars and looking to get a 3-on-2 going.
Ahead comes DeVos. She'll look for her right winger there. No icing because she was over the red line. That's Moore battling in that right wing corner now. Cleared ahead by the Lakers. That'll get out to neutral. Marshall back on it. Comes in with Prior Lake. Prior Lake in the right wing circle back to the point. They'll go low now. Centered right through the crease. Point blank shot. Good save by Bjorklund. Came out to meet that one nice, Johnny. That was a point blank shot right from that low crease.
Anticipated it very, very well. Slid over quite strongly and a nice save indeed.
Centering pass by the Lakers went through the crease. Found a wide open left winger there. 10 feet away. Bjorklund squared up. Made that save. 3 minutes to go now here, just over. Shots 12-5 for the Lakers. They've got the 1-0 lead. Into the zone they come. Marshall, back shot, rebound given up, save. Bjorklund and the rebound. Cleared to the corner.
Nice initial save and then nice rebound save.
Jaguars got to pick this up. Shot coming in wide over the net. Prior Lake buzzing here. Puck right out in front. Tyus will pick that up. Gets it up to Taylor Keith. She'll chip it ahead, but not out. Held in by the Lakers. Tyus battling there. Schramm works it to the blue line. Shot coming in, tipped by one of the Jags. That'll go below the goal line. Cleared to the circle, looking for Keith. Keith feeds it ahead, but held in. Not out. Schramm on her backhand, battling. Prior Lake buzzing here. Tyus with some room. She'll send it length of the ice. Good decision.
Very good decision. A lot of pressure by Prior Lake right there. Jaguars needed a change and needed a little bit of relief there. Once in a while, discretion being the better part of valor, you need to just say, let's ice it, let's get a change here and get some fresh legs on the ice. 2:31 remaining here in the second period. Still 1-0 Lakers. Shots 14-5 in favor of Prior Lake over Bloomington Jefferson.
Face-off win to the Lakers. Battling there for the puck is first. One of the Lakers goes down now. That's DeVos. Carry it out. Send it low. Yeah, this being the second period, John, you got the long change. A little easier to get caught in your zone and situations like that. Take that face-off. Now Jaguars with the puck. Sent low there by Kaylee Mendel. At the point is Schramm. She'll fire one in wide. Mendel will pinch. Hold that puck in right in front of the Zamboni door. Mendel's got it. She'll backhand it. Looking for first on that right side. Puck sent out in front. Rebound sitting there. Big save by the goalie. Puck loose in the crease. Oh, forehand shot. Another blocker. A glove save that is. That was Perry on the doorstep. Jaguars still dangerous here. Over to Perry. Nice shot. Nice pass there by DeVos. Best pressure of the night for the Jaguars, John.
Indeed. And Athena Martin, the Prior Lake goalie, coming up big here because that was a series of really sharp shots here. And good to see the Jaguars putting on pressure here with the 1:25 remaining. Still keeping it in the Prior Lake end.
Out to the neutral zone. Now Schramm makes one miss. Schramm will carry in over the line. She's 1-on-4, though. Her shot blocked. Jaguars did not change during that brief respite. Now ahead comes Prior Lake. We're just down to a minute here in the second period. Picked up by Perry. She'll try to backhand it ahead for Moore. Moore will carry over the line. Jaguars will get some of those changes now. Held in by the Jaguars. Shot coming in right wing circle. Save. Another good one there. Glove save. Carried out by the Lakers. Jaguars piling up the shots, Johnny, up to 8, but we got to have more than that. That number can't be right at this point.
I don't think it's right either, and it's Prior Lake has 14 on the board here, but I certainly know it's closer here.
Penalty coming here to the Lakers. Allie Moore will draw that right in front of the Laker bench. She got knocked down, and Jaguars will go to their second power play of the night, a power play that will carry over if the Jaguars are not able to score in the remaining 35 seconds here, John. But we'll go to the other end of the ice, see if we can get the equalizer here.
Looks like Elise Tyus is going to take the face-off. She's had success tonight. Flanked back on D on the power play here by Kylie Mandel as well as Annabelle Lindman. And then on her wings, we have Ashley Towie and I can't tell over there
That's Moore.
That's
Toey Moore and Tyus up front. Centering pass for Tyus. That was Moore on the dish. Held in at the line by the Jaguars. 25 seconds to go. Tyus through the crease. Nobody home for the Jags. And cleared out is the Lakers. Back on it now is Towie. She'll retreat over to Lindman. Lindman will get it up to Mendel. Mendel with a little room. She'll skate ahead now. 7 seconds to go. Looking for a shot. Mendel, she'll fire one just wide. That'll rim around to this side. Towie will go to the crease, but that'll do it for the second period. I thought better played by the Jaguars, Johnny. They did give up that breakaway early on that did result in a goal, but Jaguars seem to be finding their skating legs as this game goes along.
Absolutely. It certainly looked even during a whole lot of it. Some good pressure there, especially on the power play by the Jaguars at the end of the second period here. We'll have a minute 25 to start off the third period with very fresh legs because they're all coming off the ice here. Because unlike most JV games and most rinks, they are clearing the ice in between each period, which is great. And it gives both teams a little bit of a chance to rest here and to reset. And I'm looking forward to a really competitive third period here as the Jags try to get on the board for the first time in this inaugural game of the season and tie it up here with the Prior Lake Lakers.
Well, Johnny, something that'll be near and dear to your heart. We've seen a lot of really fantastic goalie saves, I would say on both sides of the ice, by all three of the goaltenders who have played here tonight. For the Jaguars, started off, Megan Dellerwell had a lot of good saves, faced 10 shots, as you say, save percentage of 900 there. And then coming in cold was Annika Bjorklund, and boy, did she stop a couple point-blank shots as well. And then especially as we got to the end of that second period, the Jaguars fired a lot of rubber on that Prior Lake goalie, and she had to come up big to keep them staked to that 1-0 lead.
Athena Martin, the Prior Lake goalie, looks really good. I think you make a great point here. So it's been a good defensive-minded game, but you've had a lot of good shots. You've had some breakaways, especially on the Prior Lake end, and in terms of their players being able to break loose a few times here, but only a 1-0 lead. So the Jags are clearly in this game, and again, are going to look to equalize it with the power play as they come out of this rest here. Two Zambonis on the ice here at this beautiful Prior Lake Dakota Arena. So about 10 minutes till the third period begins.
All right, well, with that, we will take a break, let them resurface. We'll come back for the third period. Jaguars trailing after 2, but only by 1 score. Prior Lake 1, Jefferson 0. You're listening to Jaguars Hockey.
should point them towards Prior Lake's broadcast.
All right, we're back with you from Prior Lake, getting ready to start that third period. Johnny, we should mention that we have the JV game on our YouTube channel tonight, but we will not be allowed to broadcast the varsity game from our YouTube channel. For those of you who want to watch the Jaguar varsity tonight versus Prior Lake, which gets started at 7 o'clock, go to our Facebook page, Jaguars Girls Hockey Facebook. I'm not sure what the URL is, but if you search that on Google, you'll find it. There you will find a link to Prior Lake's varsity broadcast team, and you can watch the game free of charge from their link.
There are a couple of rinks. Prior Lake is one of them. They have kind of an in-house system, and they're proprietary about allowing other teams to broadcast from there. We have visiting teams come to Wilmington Ice Garden. We always welcome them with open arms, and they can broadcast right next to us. That's always kind of a lot of fun to get to know their broadcasters as well. But we'll abide by the rules of the rink, so indeed, go to the Facebook page.
Who knew there was a lot of money in this, Johnny? I never got that memo. But here we are now, puck down in the third period. Jaguars in the offensive zone, picked up by Keith. Keith will go low. Carry behind the net. He's got out in front, shot coming in, rebound there, Jaguars, another big save, the Jaguars score! It's Kaylee Mendel on the doorstep, tipping in the rebound. Jaguars tie it up 1-1.
Terrific pressure right there, Kurt, and it paid off. The Jaguars still hung down there very enthusiastically, congratulating each other on the ice as they tie the game 1-1. Nice power play goal, and 3 cracks at it, finally able to get it in, and first goal of the season, and her first goal of her high school career, so congratulations to Kaylee Mendel, and most importantly the team, as we're now tied 1-1.
We believe that's going to be Kaylee Mendel from Taylor Keith and Towie. Towie gets one of the official assists. I think Taylor Keith deserved the secondary there. Sometimes they don't catch all of them now, but the Jaguars have tied this up. You wonder, Johnny, did they strategize that right out of the locker room? Because we went right down the ice and scored that goal.
Sure did, and great use of the power play there, and but of course now we're 5-on-5, but Jaguars looking to do it again here and trying to get a 2-on-1 here.
Perry over the line, shot coming in, blocker safe, rebound is there. Tyus was turned the wrong way though, so she couldn't get it. Now broken up nicely there at the red line by Annabelle Lindman, cleared ahead by the Jaguars. That was Schramm.
Nice play by Lainey Schramm right there, putting it deep to allow several Jaguars to get a well-deserved change here. We have Wilkland steering it over to the side for Corey Feldman, and but Prior Lake looking to put a little bit of pressure of their own on here.
Taken away by Prior Lake. Now centering pass out through the middle. Feldman was there to disrupt that. Cleared out there by Perry. That'll go to the neutral zone. Jaguars will intercept. Ahead is Perry. She'll get it into the offensive zone, but cleared out by Prior Lake. Tyus coming in, but first had not cleared the zone, so we'll get an offside call. 13-16 to go here, third period. Jaguars have tied this game. And, Johnny, they've almost equaled in shots as well.
Indeed. Jaguars will change their forward lines here, have a wholesale change by Prior Lake here in this 1-1 game. Taking the face-off is Taylor Keith, but Prior Lake gets it, but Jaguars still trying to control here.
Feldman up to DeVos. DeVos over the line, tried to get back to the middle, had a poke checked off her stick. Now Prior Lake comes down with speed. Delaluz and Feldman back for the Jaguars. That puck's in the corner. Taylor Keith will swing behind and pick up. Johnny, it looks like pretty much most of the Jaguar players are playing both forward and defense here.
Again, very similar to what they did last year, and probably with the new coach, he's also trying to get a sense of where people are most comfortable, where the team has the most success.
Moore now sees that puck played in. Keith will get it out to the neutral zone. Prior Lake will retreat. Jaguars in a 3-player change there of the 5. Moore on the forecheck, picked up by Tyus now. She's around one of the Lakers. Shot coming in off the defenseman, still on net. Tyus on the rebound, throws it through the crease. Ramp up high here, held in there by Mendel. Mendel working to the right wing circle. She'll battle for it on the half wall. Lindman tries to help, but Prior Lake, they're over the line now. Back is Marshall, that is, for the Jaguars. Shot coming in from the right wing circle, caught and held by Bjorklund. We'll get a face-off to her right.
Good glove shown there by her, and Deep forcing a face-off to her left here. At least Tyus looking to take the draw, and hopefully for her continue her success that she's had. Puck is dropped, and it does end up going over to the Prior Lake side. But comes out of the zone, so Jaguars are able to get it clear.
Lakers regrouping here at center ice. They'll tip it low. Back on it is Annabelle Lindman now. She'll go behind Bjorklund. Looked for an outlet pass, but hard forecheck here by the Lakers. They take that puck away. They're in the left wing circle out to the point. Big defenseman throws it in. Shot block there by Towie. Gets in front of that shot. Not always an easy thing to do, but Towie did that nicely now and try to carry it out here, but retreating forward is Lindman. Prior Lake now. Shot off the post. Goes wide. Turnover there by the Jaguars led to a good scoring chance by the Lakers, but bailed out by the Iron there.
There's a reason Marc-Andre Fleury would kiss the post, when that would happen. They're goaltenders, best friends once in a while, and, so allowed the game to still be tied at 1-1 as the Jaguars.
Here's a steal by Taylor Keith, 2-on-1. Over the line, backhand pass looking for Perry. A little out of her reach, but Perry gets to that. She'll go for Keith. Keith behind the net. Throws it off the side of the net. Squirts out in front, but carried away now by one of the Lakers down the left side. She'll throw it deep. Going back on it is Lainey Schramm, but that'll rim around to first. First forechecked off the puck there by the Lakers. Lakers, left wing circle. 10 and a half to go here. Nice play there by one of the Jaguars to dispossess the Laker of that puck. Puck in the neutral zone, but battled in front of us here, Johnny. Pretty even start to this third period, I would say.
Very nice shift so far by Taylor Keith. She was able to make that steal, and then a very nice backhand centering pass. Wasn't able to connect with the Jaguar, but very well played. And here she goes again, pushing it forward. Several on that line need a change. Two of them were able to just get off. So we now have Jenzig de la Luz on the ice. And here comes Taylor Keith. Well-deserved change, as I mentioned. Megan DeVos on the ice.
Moore battling it forward here in the offensive zone. Under 10 minutes to go here. Tied at one. Out in front, Tyus. Whiffed on that shot. Carried ahead by Prior Lake. Jaguars got to hustle back. Down the right side they come. Shot over the net. Not sure whether or not Bjorklund may have gotten a piece of that, but now here's Moore looking ahead for DeVos. That puck will go low. Prior Lake back on it. Moore spinning up to Tyus out in front. Shot it wide. Maybe a save there, but a good look by Moore. Now Tyus a tip in front. Johnny, you're right. She likes to camp out in front of that goalie and get some tips.
She really does, and very aggressive right there. Some good opportunities. She connected on many of those last year, so we will have to see if she can continue that success into this season. Jags were offside, so they had to tag up, and now looking for a clear as the puck goes into their zone.
Marshall tries to get it out, but intercepted. Prior Lake through the middle. That'll go behind the net now. Cleared to the far side. DeVos will try to tip it out, but held in by Prior Lake. Moore with the forecheck. Moore with a little bit of room here. She'll go down that left side. Back checking are the Lakers and able to take that puck, but good hustle by Moore. She gets it over to Towie. Towie will go behind the net. 8:31 to go here. Tie game at 1. We're in Prior Lake, the season opener here for the Jaguars in the 2025-26 season. This is the JV game. Now Prior Lake into the zone. Good stick there by Marshall. She'll tip it to the corner. Able to get that puck out. It'll hit some snow and not make it all the way for icing. Racing there is Mendel. Centers it through the crease. Picked up by one of the Lakers. Cleared ahead and just out. Feldman has a puck get by her, but back on it is Schramm. A lot. These early season games, Johnny, you probably expect a lot more whistles than we've had here tonight, but it's been a free-flowing game.
It really has, and looking to make it even more free-flowing. Jaguars trying to get a 3-on-2, but Prior Lake able to catch up with it. They may get an icing here, though.
Yeah, just as I say that, Prior Lake takes the icing, relieving the pressure that the Jaguars have shown here, John. They've been in the offensive zone more often than not, it would seem, in this third period.
And that's reflected on the official shots on goal, which are nearly even now, 14 for the Lakers, 13 for the Jaguars. If you and I have commented, Kurt, it appears they've undercounted a few of those, probably on both sides, but certainly on the Jaguars. But, we're pretty even in terms of shots now after Lakers dominating in the first period.
Tyus looking for first in the slot, held in there by Lindman. She'll go D to Schramm. She'll cycle it low here. Jaguars with the possession in the offensive zone. First near corner. Centering pass looking out in front for DeVos, but off her stick. Now Jaguars got that was Perry. Carried out by Prior Lake. They'll gain the red line and throw it deep. That'll work its way to Lainey Schramm, who tries to get it. She'll go the other direction now. There's first in the corner. Prior Lake pinching in, trying to hold that for scoring a chance of their own here. Each team looking for that go-ahead goal, Johnny. Got a feeling that this one may go down to the wire.
Jaguars really looking for a clear, successfully done by Elise Tyus.
Here's first now, down the right side, first with a bid. Caught and held there by the Prior Lake goalie. Well, you almost get the sense, Johnny, that it's going to be a play like that. Which team's going to make the mistake and which team's going to capitalize on it? Because these are well-balanced teams.
It was well played on both sides. Really nice kick out right there by Elise Tyus. The shot by the Jaguars. Athena Martin, the goalie for Prior Lake, swallowing it up, and a nice save as well. Shots are now officially 14-14. Jaguars looking to continue the pressure in the offensive zone.
Taylor Keith will work that up to Lindman at the point. Keith now on the half wall. Puck gets by. Lindman now back on it. The Jaguars, good speed there by Janzig Delaluz, Johnny. I was a little not sure if she'd be able to get to that puck first, but she beat the Laker player to that puck.
Avoided a breakaway there, so very well played by her.
Ahead now comes DeVos. She's got some traffic in front of her. Puck off her stick. Lindman will clear that low. Jaguars will forecheck. Keith first to the puck here. About 6 minutes to go here. Third period tie, 1-1 from Prior Lake. Keith looking for more in the slot. More lost her balance there now. Ahead comes Prior Lake with speed. Got Annabelle Lindman. Delaluz back for the Jaguars. Lindman with the poke check, but puck sent right in front. Oh, alert play there by the goalie. Bjorklund with that stick to poke check that puck away, Johnny.
Not only to save it, but almost create an offensive opportunity here. So because the Jaguars come right down, put the pressure on. Taylor Keith kicks it forward, still able to keep it in here as she tries to get it to Ashley Coward.
Back and forth we go here now. Ahead comes Prior Lake. Got Marshall back for the Jaguars. Marshall and Feldman. Puck behind the goal. Keith back to help. Works that puck to the corner, but Prior Lake with possession. Shot coming in from the left wing circle. It's high off the stick, it would appear, and out of the rink. Good save by Bjorklund.
Not just the stick, the shaft of the stick, which is not easy to do. So very well played there. Clearly kept her eyes on it there. Went out of play here, so we'll have a face-off. Allow for a change. Tyus comes out to take the face-off. You're having about at least 4 Prior Lake Lakers change as well, so fresh legs on both sides of the ice here. Jaguars trying to make sure they communicate and are organized. And
face-off win to Prior Lake. Shot attempt is blocked. Puck goes through the middle now. Shot coming in, thrown just wide there. Good scoring chance from the slot by one of the Laker players. Puck will dribble in on Bjorklund. She's seen enough of this. She'll cover up. And Johnny, if we needed any more evidence that they're not counting any of the shots, they did not get that one off the shaft that went into the netting. But it looks like they did give the dribbler just now. Face off to Bjorklund's right. Kind of a stalemate out to the point, but unable to be held in there by the Lakers' left defenseman. Back they'll track for it. We're under 5 minutes to go here, John. What do the Jaguars need to do to break this tie?
Continue what they're doing, because they're putting a lot of pressure on, including right now, as we see Kylie Mendel take it down, but and also try to avoid what might happen right here, which is a breakaway. Really nice opportunity, and an even nicer save by Bjorklund right there. He anticipated that shot, came across, swallowed it up there, so very, very well done.
Yeah, beautiful play by the...
Hug and a lot of high fives there.
Beautiful play by Prior Lake. They had a 2-on-1. Jaguar defenseman went with the puck to the corner, but that left the Laker winger wide open out in front. She had a point-blank shot, but Bjorklund up to the task, able to make that save. Now another one coming in here. Bjorklund had it. Didn't look like she was exactly sure where it was, but puck stayed out. Dangerous for Prior Lake. Jaguars been caught in their zone here. Cleared ahead by Feldman. First trying to get that puck out, but it's going to be held in by the Lakers right in front of us. They'll cycle it low.
Jags really need it cleared here.
Marshall worked that puck ahead, but out of the reach of Perry. Lakers out to the point. Shot coming in. It'll go wide. Under 4 minutes to go here now. Tie score of 1-1. Jaguars running on fumes here. Need a clear in the worst of ways. Battle on the near boards. Tyus chasing the puck. She'll pinch off that player. Feldman will try to help out. Feldman will work it ahead. There's first with a little bit of room. Got to get that puck out. She'll clear it cross ice. Perry's there. She'll send it low, and Jaguars will get several of their players off the ice, Johnny.
Three fresh legs, pairs of fresh legs coming out here as the Jags continue to try to put pressure on. Got a stop by the Prior Lake goalie here. A little bit of an early whistle. Both teams probably will get the very tired players off here, not just from that long shift, but we're deep into the third period, 3:22 remaining in this game, tied in.
Perry found herself with a little more room than she was expecting. Took that puck right to the front of the net, able to get a shot on that. Now here's Schramm, wheels one from the point, blockered aside by the Laker goalie. Nice outlet pass there, but off the stick of the winger. Schramm able to pick it up. She'll get it ahead. Coming in is DeVos, sends one wide. That'll rim out of the zone. Back on it is Lindman in the neutral zone. Tagging up, 3 minutes to go here in this third period. Very even game between the Prior Lake Lakers, Jefferson Jaguars. 2025-26 season opener from Dakota Ice Arena. Now Taylor Keith forechecking for the Jaguars. They rim it around, intercepted there by the left winger for the Jaguars. There's a coming in shot off the post. The Jaguars find iron. We're 1-1 on the iron shots here, Johnny, but that almost broke the ice.
Goalie's best friend on each side there, and showing just how much pressure each team is able to put on there. 17-16 Lakers lead in shots, 2:42, 1-1 tie here in the third period.
Believe that was Megan DeVos who fired that shot from the left wing off the post, went into the net. Now Jaguars out in front. DeVos digging forward, puck shot just wide, intercepted by the defenseman for Prior Lake. Cleared to the far corner. Jaguars buzzing here. Cleared out to neutral zone. Lindman's got it. Under pressure though, she'll work it ahead. Pass just out of the reach of DeVos. Prior Lake with a little room in the neutral zone. Carried ahead by Moore into the zone. Back and forth we go. Taylor Keith with a little bit of room. Smartly will send that low, go for a change. Puck bouncing right out in front here. Wraparound chance. Covered up, but the goalie, little casual with that play on the near side of the net. Jaguar player DeVos was able to try to get that wraparound, Johnny.
Prior Lake goalie Athena able to cover it here. We're going to have a real key face-off here to the right of the Prior Lake goaltender. At least Tyus taking it 2:02 remaining, 1-1, 17-17 in shots. We got a hockey game here, Kurt.
Your lineup for the Jaguars. Tyus at center, right wing Mendel. On the left side, we've got Towie. On defense, Annabelle Lindman and Lainey Schramm on the left side. Tyus, well, clean win back to Schramm. She'll hold it in, cycle it low, but picked off by the Lakers. Puck just comes over the line. We'll get an offside call. Trying to hold it in there was Mendel, but it just squirted out.
Game of inches. It was just 1 inch right there outsides, but Jaguars will try to do it again, but we're down to 154 here. Tyus taking the face-off. Down low. And a little bit unclear, but it goes into the Prior Lake end and stays in there after a little bit of a scrum.
Prior Lake will try to bat this out to the neutral zone, held in by Tyus, at least briefly. Forechecking there is Lindman. Lindman will poke that puck down the boards, go behind the net. 1.5 minutes to go here. Jaguars got to get back. They got a defenseman caught up the ice. Prior Lake looking for that breakout pass. Not going to go for icing. Prior Lake first to the puck in the near corner. Just over a minute to go here. 3 Jaguars battling there. That's the danger, Johnny, when you get that defenseman pinching low, especially late in the game like this. Got to back check, but so far so good here for the Jags. Shot coming in, hits traffic out in front. I think Schramm blocked that. He cleared out to neutral there by the Jaguars as we hit 1 minute to go here in the final period. Regrouping is Prior Lake, but they'll turn it over, and they'll send that puck deep. Jaguars going for some changes on the back end. Prior Lake trying to get out, racing forward, is held in there by Janzik Delaluz. Throw it cross corner, but nobody home for the Jaguars still. Prior Lake will tip it out. Pass in the middle here. Who's going to get possession? Carried out by the Jaguars. That's Perry. She'll come over the line in the final 35 seconds. Perry to the middle, but puck taken away. Marshall bat that puck ahead, looking for the break. Are the Lakers down this left side? Here they come. Perry tripped up, and we're going to get a penalty call here with 20 seconds to go here, John. That was Perry drawing that tripping call on Prior Lake.
Normally, Kirby would say if the Jaguars aren't able to score in this remaining 21.1 seconds here, it'll go into overtime. But what is uncertain, in the same way we didn't know if they were going to, clear after each period here, is if they go into overtime. Because some rinks, will just end a JV game tied. Some give them an overtime period of 5 or 8 minutes. So
Ryan Kuhn clearly with a very high risk tolerance, encouraging the Jaguars to pull the goalie, go for that 6-on-4 advantage. I don't think goalie dads would be too on board with that idea. What do you think, John?
The way the Jags are playing.
Puck in the Jaguars D zone. Tried to be cleared ahead by first. Collision at the blue line. That was Lindman. We're going to have the buzzer here. Time expires. We never quite know exactly what happens in JV games when the score is tied. Sometimes we get a few periods of overtime. Doesn't look like it right now, Johnny. Both teams on the ice to congratulate their goalies. Looks like we're going to end in a 1-1 tie here.
Both goalies should be congratulated. Both goalies on the Jaguar bench and both goalies who finished the game here, because the Prior Lake goalie played really, really well. Both of them officially faced 17 shots, only gave up 1 goal on each side here. Jaguar goalies in their first high school games played really, really well. So a really good accounting for the Jags here, and very promising for the early season.
Yeah, so Jaguars, good game. Ryan, who do we have for the goal scorer for the Jaguars? Was it Mendel?
Yep.
Kaylee Mendel getting the lone goal for the Jaguars. We had Tawi, I believe it was, on one of the assists, and we thought that Taylor Keith should have got a secondary assist on that. But Johnny, final thoughts here before we close out and get ready for the Jaguars varsity. Again, that game will not be on our YouTube channel, but you can watch it if you go to our Facebook page and get the link to Prior Lake's live streaming service. You can watch the Jaguars game. But John, a good JV game. How'd you wrap it up?
Game all around, and it's so fun to see these young players get their first high school action, which is really a thrill for all of them. They all accounted themselves well. Jaguars got better as the game went on after a more challenging beginning of the first period here. So we're going to have a really exciting and entertaining JV season here, and as mentioned before, it was great to see the support that they got from their varsity teammates as well. So I'm sure that many of the JV players will be sticking around and cheering just as loud for their friends on varsity as well.
All right, well, we'll sign off from Prior Lake here. I'm not sure if we know on Saturday whether or not we'll be doing the JV game. We know that Saturday will be a BEC TV game for the varsity, but check back with us on Saturday. We probably will have the JV game, but I'm not sure. The varsity players are going to be coming out for a warm-up, but good start, KP getting a tie in her first head coaching experience for the Jaguars, and a good effort by the team overall.
Absolutely, and fun to see them, again, all get their first legs out there. A few returning players, but most of them new. Also 2 new goalies. They both handled it really, really well. So congratulations to them, and we look forward to seeing them play throughout the year.
All right, well, for Ryan Kuhn, Jason Knutson, and Johnny Rash, Kirk Krenz signing off from Prior Lake. A great start to the season, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.